Coming up in this episode, we leave for what we think is going to be an easy sail. Super looking forward to it, and it's going to be windy out there, heeling all over the waves.
We are forced to turn around. Yeah, we're going to go back, it's no good.
And we sail into a near gale. I'm excited for this sail. I just put the camera on because I've been like really excited. This is the first sail we've had, decent sail, should be hopefully in 2 weeks, and I am super looking forward to it. And it's going to be windy out there, heeling all over the waves. Yeah. Oh yes!
It's going to be really...
Holy, it's going to be nice.
Good morning everybody. So today we're making a passage from the island we are at now. I think it's pronounced Tahata Island. It's just south of Heathrow. We're making a passage up to this little bay on the north side of Heathrow. It should be good holding here. It's got an S on the screen there for sand. So what we're going to do is come straight out of this bay, say half a mile out of this bay, straight up to this point, up the island to here, and then down into the bay here. It's a passage of around 23 nautical miles. It should be a pretty easy sail. The only thing we got to be careful of, the wind is mainly coming in from the east with a touch of south in it. The wind overall is about 20 to 25 knots.
We're going to go with a double reef main today. We are just waiting till we get around this point here, and then we're going to for shelter, and then get the double reef main up. Don't know what winds to expect really, because out there it's 20 to 32 knots are blowing on that side of the island, but we're going to be in between islands here, so there may be a little bit of an acceleration zone between the two islands. We'll have to see what we get. Best to go more reef than we think, and double reef main going down with the wind. I think we'll be okay with that.
Had lots of rain last night, gusty conditions in this anchorage, hoping that the anchorage is going to go to is going to be a bit more protected and less rain, although I think it is quite mountainous there. In the state of our deck, our chain is rusting at a serious rate, hoping it's going to last until we get to New Zealand. What a horrendous mess it's making. Yes?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
What we're experiencing here is an acceleration zone between the two islands. The wind is funneling through and accelerating because both sides of the islands are steep and go up really high, mountainous, so it's accelerating through just like we had in the Canaries. But it makes for some absolutely fantastic, exhilarating sailing, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit nerve-wracking. 30 knots.
Yeah. Thinking about putting another reef in the main to have a third reef in the main, but we shall see how we get on.
It looks better up ahead.
I think we're in the centre of it now, aren't we?
I think so. It looks better up ahead, a lot better. It looks worse from behind. I think we're through the worst of it.
Let's have a look. Oh. Hey. It's amazing, even in these strong winds, it's gusting up to 30 knots and the waves are coming over the boat. If she's reefed properly, she's just a fantastic boat. You can feel her sturdiness and her heaviness and her full encapsulated keel and the skeg hung rudder. There's so much strength in the boat. I just wouldn't want to be on any other boat to just feel completely and utterly safe, even when it's gusting plus 30 knots and waves are coming over the boat. I know we're just in an absolute tank.
Just had 31 knots on a gust. Really gusty here. Just sweeping down off that mountain. The waves are quite steep as well, aren't they? Yeah, super windy. Should settle down soon. We're about 4 miles away from the point, and then we're going to be sheltered by the whole of the islands and most of the wind. Hopefully, I'm hoping we can sail up there. Even if we do 2.5 knots, it'll take us 4 hours. If not, then I don't want to mention the engine. So I've made myself a lunch. I offered to make Adam some. I offered to make Adam some lunch, but he said no. I got homemade bread because we're having problems getting bread here. The shops don't seem to sell bread. Don't know why. And Dairy Lee or cheese bread, delicious.
There could be some wind coming, some rain.
Yeah. That's been calming down though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks white over there. We've just been ambushed by birds. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh my god, what are they trying to do? They saw us from a distance and thought, here we go. Let's ambush this boat and beat it up. They're just swarming us and it's a little bit intimidating.
We ran out of wind. As fools, utterly fools we are, we got way too close to the headland and then we ran out of wind. We should have stayed out there and come around and come along. We've done this several times in the past.
We're not far away from the headland, are we?
Because we want to get closer to have a good look and good goosey gander. Never mind. We're doing... Oops.
Not very nuts.
Really, really fast.
Speeding up, there's a trickle wind now and again. I'm trying to go out a bit.
There's the headland.
I mean, yeah. No 0.8 to the headland.
Yeah, and then we go around it.
I'll just keep away from it, I think, this time.
There's a bit more wind out there, maybe half a mile. You see the darker area of water. We should have been out there and then curled around.
I can see some white horses out there.
Never mind. That's where we come from this morning. Rain behind us. That might bring a bit of squally weather. Motoring, Luke's favourite thing to do. Had to get the motor going because there was actually a countercurrent pushing us back the way we came. Half a knot. Here's the end. Oh, it looks so rugged, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, there's not much wind around this point. Whatever wind we got, it's right on the nose, and there's a hell of a slop coming around, as you can see behind me. It's going to be a bit more difficult to get all the way up there to our anchorage than we first thought, and there's current as well. We thought around this part of the island it'd be like it was on the other island, flat, calm, easy motoring if you've got a motor up there, but the wind is curling around the island. It's right on the nose. It's really odd. It's like a northwesterly here, and we're beating into these waves. We're just passing one of the first anchorages now. That'll give us an idea what the conditions are like in there, what the conditions are like in the anchorage is about 9 miles ahead. We may be forced to go back instead of just motoring for hours into this slop. Very disappointed.
I'm gonna turn back. I'm gonna turn back out. I don't know if we can do it.
No. There's the other anchorage there.
It looks horrendous.
It looks rubbish.
Turn it back.
Windy. Yeah, we're gonna go back. It's no good. I rigged up the storm sail just to help us cut into the wind, as you can see there. I'm gonna get it down. It's not put up very well anyway. And get the jib out. Tricky part now is getting back.
No all sails there. This is a sail fail. You gotta, frustrating it is, you gotta know when to give up and go back. If we went up there, you know, we could have motored up there. It would have taken 3 hours. If we got up there, I know for a guaranteed fact that the bay we were going to anchor in would be absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
It would have been not acceptable. So rough,
Dangerous.
So we're going back.
Anyway, we'll try and beat our way back now against this wind. So we're going to put another reef in the main, try a treble reef main. We've got to sail upwind through that acceleration zone that we just came back down through. It's going to be very wet and very wild, I should imagine. So we're going to get the sails ready. Get some safety gear on, I think. This is our setup, treble reef main. And then we'll have a bit of genoa to push up against the weather. Storm jib.
Yeah, one of the jibs to cut into the wind.
Maybe the number 2 jib would be nice up there.
Yeah, it blows 30 knots, so
it'd be too much for it, yeah. What's it good up to, remember?
25.
What, 25? Yeah. 20 to 25 it was really good at.
Could blow 35 when we got up there.
Upwind, easy. Yeah, near gale. I might rig the storm jib ready.
Yeah, I would.
In case you need to use that. Feeling a little bit nervous about this one. I know it's going to be super windy, gusty, plus 30 knots and really wet. Hopefully, I'm hoping we can do it and get back to where we left this morning.
Well, we have to, don't we?
Have to. If we get pushed off out there, once we get into the lee of the island, then we can tack our way in, then it should be relatively a bit easier.
Just getting near the windy bit. It's already got really windy. There's the corner there. And then this is between the island. It started raining as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll see how we get on. What we could do the best of our ability, really. Both nervous on this one. It's going to be bloody windy. Really windy.
Just had to get the genoa down way too much for it. Just rigged up the storm jib on the front triple reef main to try and beat up into this. Wow. That's crazy. I hope the genoa's not damaged.
I'll get this in.
30 knots. Boat sailing herself. Wow, it's windy in here.
Got the storm jib down. We've gone back on genoa We had the storm jib up and we had 15 to 12 knots, which is ridiculous, and we're falling off our angle. We got to make this island ahead of us. So we got the Genoa back up, and if we get 30 knot gusts, we're just going to heel right over, and it's going to be...
I think we're in the windiest part now.
Yeah. What the hell was that? Video is what it was, isn't it?
There's a wave.
Wow. Got that?
There's a lot of water.
F7. Wow.
Windy. The furling line just came off the winch because I didn't cleat it off, and the whole Genoa unfoiled in a second, and then the sheet came off the winch, whipped Luke. There wasn't a knot in the end, so it went straight through the car into the water. Oh, what a calamity. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Making silly mistakes.
Yeah. The rain's like needles.
I'm surprised by 13 bloody knots. Really, in these conditions, we should have Neppy on, because she would steer a far much more better than I'm doing right now. And my main priority is to try and get as tight onto the wind as possible without, and that's the important bit, without the Genoa flogging, because when it flogs, it vibrates very violently in 25-30 knots, and you don't want that Genoa tearing, because that'll be an absolute disaster. We're trying to make best speed and course without any sails going crazy.
We're about 3.8 miles to our anchorage. Not quite in front of us. It's more like 11 o'clock. If we get near there, we can make a tack and get in there. We're doing surprisingly well. Luke's informed me there's a squall ahead. Nasty squall. You can tell by the look on his face.
27 knots, 28 knots. Not bad.
Getting closer every minute. There's the anchorage we came on this morning, where that ship is that passed us over there. We're probably going to end up somewhere over there and then end up coming back down on ourselves to there. But we'd like to go back over to the anchorages over there, because they're nice. Well, we've done remarkably well considering we got current against us and gusting up to 30 knots, 4.7. We had 4.7 on the thing. We got about 3 hours left of daylight. Let's see what the next couple of hours bring. Here we go again. You can see the wind coming across the surface of the sea. just made a tack to try and get over to the shelter of land. It's proving difficult. The wind gusts going from 10 to 30 knots and changing 50 degrees at a time.
Sometimes we're heading into the bay. Other times we're heading over there.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Just got the engine going. Just going to motor it to our anchorage now. Got the main down, tidying up the sails. I think we've done pretty well today to get where we've come from back up to here in these quite frankly disgusting conditions. So I'm just going to put the sail cover on. Job to be a good one. Yeah.
Anchored up now after a hard fought day of sailing, and I am very hungry. So where we at? The nice sandy beautiful bay amongst that guy there. Somebody was anchored in front of him and he said he's got 70 meters out in front. 70 meters of chain. Wow, that's a lot. I'm gonna take it in a minute. It's a lot, isn't it?
It's too much. You got the shakes.
I am. Go.
It's just nice just to lay down in your bunk for a little bit.
Would like to give a massive shout out to our amazing patrons for your amazing support. You keep this journey alive.